once again, I see a lot of familiar faces here, but I am Chris Byam, Juniors Program Manager. And on the call with me is Michelle. She is our Marketing Director. She's somewhere. Video's not on, so she won't wave. We also have Matt Hefner and the Executive Director, my boss, Darcy Carroll. So she won't wave either, but she's not on video. Well, anyway, with today's workout, we have with Rose White. She is our recruiting coordinator. Some of you have emailed her, I know. She's also coached our 18 national team, and she's coached at Virginia State and coached all over the place. But before I throw it over to her, just a few notes. As always, you guys will be muted, so don't try and say anything. We may ask for a few hand signals, but other than that, we're not going to be able to hear you or anything that you say. So be aware of that. Also know that we are always looking for your feedback. So if you want to email us or, give us a little shout and tell us, if there's something you'd like to see or you'd like to do, absolutely let us know that. We'll do our best to provide that for you. And I guess last, before we get started, is be safe, be careful, and always be on the lookout for our Facebook page and our emails and all this content that we have out there. It's out there for you to use during these crazy times. So hopefully you're using them and doing them all and staying in shape. So with that, you guys can cut off your video if you want, and we will throw it over to Rose and she will get started. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I guess, can everyone hear me now? If you're still on video, a lot of you turned it off, so I don't know. Well, I guess someone will call me or let me know if you cannot hear me. So today I'm going to show you some exercises for your shoulder strength, because honestly, like, the last thing that you want to do is sit for all of this period of time not playing volleyball and then go back in the gym thinking that you can still hit the ball as fast and as hard as you were hitting it before. Because if you do that, you're going to hurt something in your shoulder since you haven't been using it, it hasn't been working out. So these are exercises that will help you keep up your shoulder strength so that when you get back in the gym, you still can hit the ball with the same speed and force that you were before. I have some things, if you have them or want them or need them. I'm going to show you some exercises with some weights. I don't have weights at home, so I'm using cans of black beans. You can use cans of whatever you like. Just know that when you're doing a shoulder workout, lighter is better and more reps than heavy, because our shoulders have lots of really sensitive nerves and tendons and stuff in there, so we don't want to be lifting super heavy with our shoulders. So cans for me are the perfect weight. I also will be using a stretchy band. If you have other kinds of stretchy bands, that works too, those flat ribbony looking ones. My stretchy band is tubular, which is fine too. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get started showing you the exercises. The first one is called the external rotation at your side. So I've got a crib. You can use whatever you'd like to use for yours, but I've got a crib available, so that's what I'll be using. So the external rotation at your side is going to start inside, and it's external because we're going to move outside our body. And you want to keep your elbow locked into your side and as stationary as you can. Obviously, if you need it harder, you can move further away. If you want to be closer, you can move closer in. So, you know, could do 10 or 15 reps of this. You don't want to just do one side, so make sure that you turn and do the other side. Oh, I'm going the wrong way now. How do I do that? Other arm. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Now, if you don't have a band, that's okay. Bands are really nice for this, but you don't have to. You can use your cans and basically just do the same exercise using your can of beans or your little, you know, 2.5 or 5 pound weight. Make sure that we're doing both arms, keeping that elbow still, bent at a 90-degree angle. Okay. Once we're done with those, we can switch to what is the internal rotation. So the last one we were pulling the band out. This time we're going to be pulling the band in. So if I've got my band, I'm going to start with it taut and work on pulling it into my body this time instead of out from my body. So, and I'm not going to do the other side because I realized when I do the other side, you have to look at my back end, and I don't really want you looking at my back end. So I'm just going to show you on this side, but you can definitely turn around and work your other arm as well. So, and again, we want to really protect our shoulder. So slower, easier movements are better for this. Lighter weight, easier, more reps. We don't want to do anything too, you know, rough or hard working on your shoulders. Okay. The next one is the next exercise I'm going to show you is a row. I'm going to show you with the band first, and then I'm going to show you with the weights. So if you've got a band, great. Okay. If not, then wait, and I'll show you with the weights. Okay. So if you've got a band, you're going to start with your arms extended and pull in to your mid chest. Okay. Really, you want to make sure that you are doing what is comfortable. Okay, so you shouldn't be pulling it way back here, you know, making your arm in a weird angle. You're just pulling it straight back, keeping everything in a good range, really working on those shoulders, focus on using your shoulders to do this. And again, you can do 10 or 15 reps here. Okay, I'm gonna jump down. If you are using a band, keep using your band, okay? If you've got a little brother or sister, maybe their job is to hold your band for you, I don't know. But if you don't have a band and you want to do the rows with the weights, okay, we can start in an upright position like this, bending down, and you take your weight and pull it up. So I know when you're at the gym, you know, usually you do this exercise on a bench so that you can get a little bit better range of motion. So if you have something that you can lean over on, like I have this footstool here. So you could, if you have something like this, you could get on a footstool, and then your arm gets to hang a little bit lower and you get a little bit better range of motion. But when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're squeezing at the top, trying to pull your shoulder blade to the middle of your back. And then you want to make sure that you switch and do the other arm with your row. Okay. And the next exercise is a dynamic bear hug. So this one is with the band again. I'll show you something else you can do after without the band, but for right now, what we got is the band.
I'm just Mike.
Okay. So you're gonna start with the band behind you, okay? And you're gonna pull it forward.
Are you in the meeting?
And keep your arms straight.
Okay, I see John's iPhone.
When you get to the front, should really be squeezing with your shoulders to hold your arms straight out in front. But again, in this one, we're looking for quantity over quality over quantity. So we want really good controlled reps, and if that means lighter weights or easier bands, or you're standing closer to where the band is, then that's what you should be doing. For that one, you really could substitute a couple different exercises for that one for the weights. Side arm raises would be a good exercise because you're still squeezing with your shoulder blades in the back. So you could do side arm raises. You could also do front arm raises. Again, squeezing in the back with your shoulder blades. So, and these are really exercises that you could do a couple times a day. You don't have to sit and do a big time shoulder workout. You could warm up with a few of these exercises. You could, every time you get up and go in the kitchen, grab your cans of beans and do a couple shoulder exercises. These are more exercises to incorporate, maybe into a bigger workout. We're not going to get like super sweaty and, have the greatest workout of our life during this. Okay. The next thing I'm going to show you are lateral hand walking push-ups. Okay, so we want to be in a push-up position. Okay, and we're just going to simply, from our push-up position, walk to one side, walk back to the middle, walk to the other side, walk back to the middle. So that would be one. I probably only do maybe 5 of these. 1, Some of you might have better shoulder strength and can do this for longer, but this is definitely something that if you're watching TV or doing classwork or something, you can pop up and do a couple of them, get back to what you're doing, and just keep your shoulders engaged so that when we get back, you're ready to go. All right, and the last exercise I'm going to show you is called a four-way scap, or I think that's how you pronounce it. But basically, you're laying on your stomach, and I'm going to show you 4 different moves. So I'm going to show you first standing on my knees, just in case you can't really tell from the video what I'm doing. So I'm going to be laying on my chest, and the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to take my arms, and I'm going to try to press my palms to the ceiling. Okay. The next exercise I'm going to do is arms out to the side, and this time back of the hands to the ceiling. But I'll be laying down on my chest doing this. The next one, going to be elbows bent and pushing up and back towards the ceiling, like this. And the last one will be arms in front of us, pressing our back of our hands up and towards the ceiling. Okay, so I'm going to show you that again. Now laying down. I hope you can, I don't know what the best way to do this is. So arms back, pressing our palms to the ceiling. I'm going to do 8. Arms out to the side, pushing our back of our hands to the ceiling. I'm going to do 8. Okay, now I'm going to do those bent arm ones. So my arms are going to be bent. I am not incredibly flexible in my shoulders, so you may be able to get a little bit higher than I can, which would be good. I'm a setter, not a hitter. Hitters might have a little bit more range of motion than me. And then the last one, arms straight out in front and raising them up to the ceiling. Okay, and that's all of the shoulder exercises. So I'm gonna run through one more time. I'm gonna run through all of them, do one more set, just in case you got on late or you wanna do a second set with me, you can. I'm going to use the bands though for my second set. So the first one is the exterior rotator. I'm gonna do 10. And then switch to the other side. I'll let you switch to the other side. I'm not going to, so that I don't have to stand facing the other direction to the camera. And I'll give you time to do your other side. Remember, you can be using a can or a weight and doing the same range of motion, shoulder strengthening exercises. These two exercises just get combined if you're not using a band, because you can't really do them separately with the weights. Okay, so then the next one is going to be an out and an in. So this one's called an interior one. So this time we're starting out and we're pulling the weight in, pulling the band in. Keeping our elbow as in place as we can. Okay, I'll let you do the other side. Again, giving you time so that I don't have to. But you could be taking that can, really working. Your flexibility in your shoulder. Okay, and our next one is the mid row. So we've got our bands, and again, you're either down on one knee doing individual one arm rows, or you've got your band and you can do your rows at the same time. I'm going to do 10. Okay. And next are the bear hugs. So that's with the band behind you. If you don't have a band, you could be doing lateral raises or front raises with some weights. I'm going to do 10. Okay, and next, this is probably my least favorite one, are the walking push-ups. I don't like push-ups. So here we go. I'm gonna do 4. And that's 1. 2. 3. And 4. And then we're going to end with that series of arm movements laying on the ground. Okay, so the first ones that we have are straight back, palms to the ceiling. I'm going to do 10. Okay, the next one are arms straight out, this time back of the hands to the ceiling. And elbows bent this time. This one really shows my inflexibility in my shoulders. And the last one, arms straight out and up. All right. And that is all that I have for you guys today. Definitely don't forget about your shoulders when you're working out, because we don't want a bunch of shoulder injuries when we come back and start playing again.
Oh, thank you, Rose. Wonderful job. I think Rose is going to be back on Thursday. It'll be at 6 p.m. again, so please be on the lookout for that link. Other than that, yes, please, like I said before, keep checking the Facebook page and our Instagram. We have all kinds of content. We also send that through emails, so if you're not getting those, bug your parents. And other than that, I hope to see you Thursday. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye.